everyone. So one question we are getting a lot is, are we still zero waste with this pandemic? So yes, of course, we've been thrown a couple of curveballs, but as zero wasters, we in generally are very adaptable. Anyway, so how we buy things still in zero waste, it is that we order in from the bulk section, but in big packs. So they come like this. You can see this, we just picked this up. In the beginning of the pandemic in March, we had just actually, like, even not knowing this pandemic was coming, that we had just loaded up on all these bulk items. So we actually was set with beans and lentils and flour and rice and pasta, and we just ran out, so we actually had to replace it. So we picked it up today. So we order from our People's Co-op, which is in Ocean Beach here where we live, and they are fantastic, and we can order things from their bulk section and they will give us the big sacks. Now, these are all dried items. So for us, this actually works because it have a very long shelf life and we can store it. Now, the only thing is that my closet is now the storage unit. So I had to climb in to get my clothes, but you know, minor problem. So we picked up today. So James, what did we pick up today?
Well, we've got some oats and we've got some green lentils. We've got some granola that the kids like, and they've actually transformed the bulk section where they're at least no longer wrapping things totally in plastic. We don't get as much popcorn, so we actually picked up a bag of popcorn like this. There's still a little plastic window here, but at least they're getting them available in brown bags until the bulk section opens up normally again someday.
Also, for the things that, like, if there's something we need but we don't necessarily need to go buy 50 pounds of it, we also, and it's not in the bulk section, we do try to favor things in cardboard or paper. So like someone asked me about pasta. She said, like, so if we run out of pasta and the bulk is not like a big bag of it hasn't come in, I will go to the store and buy it. But I will get the pasta that is in the cardboard box, because that I can recycle, and naturally recycles really, really well compared to a plastic bag of them. So that is one way how we're doing it. Another way that we obviously, and also the food that we buy, the beans and lentils and rice and stuff like that, is staple food. This is what I personally think that anyone should have home if you're facing a long time like a pandemic, because it lasts really long. It doesn't take up the fridge. So if the fridge or freezer breaks, it's still going to be okay. And it's filling and it's highly nutritional, and it actually has a very low carbon footprint. So that is a really good option for eating the way we do it. Now,
and not just during a pandemic, actually.
No.
That's one of our secrets as to how to really save money, is these dried goods are inexpensive, they basically last forever, they don't go bad, and benefit, you can get them zero waste. So you both save money and have less waste.
Yeah, and I have to say that because budget eating has become really important to us. Because of the pandemic, we're making less money, like most people in the US or around the world, I would guess. So then eating that kind of staple food, and also because people during the beginning of the pandemic, people bought a lot of canned goods. So that was like any canned beans at all to buy. And you know what? The thing is that canned beans, depending if you're buying organic and where you buy them, but they can be anything from $1 for one small can, which is like 8 ounces, to $2 to $3. Again, depending where you buy them and what kind of brand. And you know what? That is like, it's so much cheaper to buy them dried. And I would say that another one is obviously cook at home, because whenever, like, you can't bring your own containers to the restaurants anymore. That's gone, and God knows if that's ever going to come back. Well, cooking at home actually saves money, saves the planet, and it saves you waste, would be my guess. The third thing that we do, we go to the farmer's market. Farmer's market, you can still bring your own containers. They have different, some of them, they can take the bag or container from you, but you can put them in yourself. In some of them, they happily would take them, depending on the vendor. I figure out at our farmer's market, but you can buy a lot of things there without stickers, without little rubber bands, and definitely without plastic. And generally, they are very, very happy to do that. So that's a really good option. And then, of course, grow your own food. And you can see in our garden here, we grow a lot of our own food. And since the beginning of the pandemic, we realized how important growing food in your backyard, even in a small space, makes a huge difference. It saves us money, and we always have food. Even when there were like no food barely at the grocery stores, it really didn't face us, because between the bulk, the garden, we were doing okay.
Right.
Hi, we're the Zero Waste family.
we are sharing a story on how we're raising 3 children, zero waste, plant-based, and mindfully minimal on an urban homestead.
We live just 10 minutes from downtown San Diego. We grow most of our own food with the goals of being sustainable and self-reliant.
In our ebook, Zero Waste for Families, we are sharing inspiring tips and recipes for how to reduce waste with kids.
Thank you for watching and enjoy.